Good evening, friends. Today I want to talk about two specific types of um, criminal offenses which are committed in the offices and by the security staff of builders, such as Lodha. Uh, these are actions which are actually performed on behalf of the builders. Therefore, the offenses will not be just of the people committing those offenses. It will also be of the builder himself. It will be the company. It will be the directors. One is dishonest inducement. That is section 415 and 420 Indian Penal Code. Dishonest inducement is like this. The salespeople of the builder say anything, any kind of lies, tell all sorts of lies in order to get people, ordinary people, to pay a token, to swipe a token and to later pay booking amounts. They tell lies. I'll give you some examples. For example, they say that there is a great shortage of that particular flat, that it is getting over and you will not get this flat again, and this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Okay, and so they say, sir, we are holding this flat for you, please pay a token, otherwise this flat will go and you will not get another opportunity. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. That is a lie, because these flats, there are good numbers of inventories. There is no dearth of inventory. It is not as if there is a shortage of a 2 BHK or a 3 BHK of a particular configuration. And these people say something that this is a very special flat, it's facing a garden, etc., etc. Whereas those promises are not delivered. There are no gardens, there are no, public stadiums or cricket grounds or any such thing, and ultimately the flat is just an ordinary flat, or its placement maybe it may be facing a sewage treatment plant, for example, as it happened in the case of Casario. So these people, the salesmen, say all sorts of things to make you feel that the particular flat which they are offering you is something very, very special. This is one kind of dishonest inducement. I'll tell you other methods of dishonest inducement. A second method of dishonest inducement is when they tell the flat buyer that he is eligible for a certain loan. Okay, this happens to people who are very, very middle class people who have to take a loan in order to buy that flat. Okay, so they say, oh, you are eligible for the loan, sir. There'll be some bank employee or someone posing as a bank employee standing in the office of the builder. Okay, he very quickly does a income calculation and he says, you are eligible for this loan, you can go ahead and pay the token. After they pay the token, they realize they were not eligible for that loan. Okay, because they then go to the bank office and the bank branch, and then they are told, no sir, sorry sir, I don't know who is the person, but that person is not qualified to make this decision, etc. So for whatever reason, people find out that they are not eligible for the loan. Then they go back to the builder's office and say, I want to cancel my token, I want my token refunded. Now the builder says, no, we cannot refund your token because we are going to forfeit it, and it is already there in the application form and all that. And even if the person, the flat buyer, has not signed on the application form, even then they are told that they will lose the token amount. So just the fact that they swiped or they gave a check, they lose the token amount. Very often, the person who is paying the token wants some time to think about it. He wants 10 days, 15 days to think about it with a cool head. He is not in a hurry to pay, but the salespeople will force them, will say all sorts of things. They will say, "Sir, Gudi Padwa discount, and if you don't pay before tomorrow, we are not going to be able to give you that discount. You will lose 1 lakh rupees just because we don't give you the discount." Or they say, "Sir, this flat will go away. We are holding this flat for you, sir. It's a very special flat. There is a lot of demand." They put all kinds of pressure on people to make them pay the token in a hurry. So instead of giving them 10-15 days to think about it, instead of giving them time to read the application form, the terms and conditions, etc., and study the market, the salespeople compel the home buyer to make a quick decision, a stupid decision, which he will regret later, very soon afterwards. And then when they come for cancellation of the token, when they want their token amount back, then Lodha sales staff or the sales staff of other builders also say, "Sorry sir, the check has already been given to accounts department, and now accounts department is handling it." So they don't even stop the payment even if the check has not been banked. They don't stop the payment. And uh, quite often it is not a check, it is just a swiping of a card, and so the money has already been realized into the builder's account. So this is a second method by which they do these things. Now I will also tell you that this is a very, very severe offense. This is a serious offense. It is called dishonest inducement. Okay, look it up. It is basically the same thing as cheating. Section 420, dishonest inducement. What you do is you induce the person to part with a valuable property for dishonest reasons, by dishonesty, by making fraudulent claims, by not disclosing all the facts, by leading him to believe something which is not true. All this is dishonest inducement. So you are live. The flat buyer is fully empowered and entitled to go and register an FIR for dishonest inducement. The main thing is, guys, people don't stress the right things before the police. They don't know how to go to the police and register a proper police complaint. They will go and say something vague, and the police is not very keen on registering an FIR against a builder. You know that. So because of the vagueness in with which people will speak, the flat buyer speaks, the police are able to easily ignore what he says. But if the people clearly make out a case for dishonest inducement, it would be an FIR, definitely an FIR. And if they don't register an FIR, then you have to go to a magistrate. It is called a private complaint. Private complaint can be filed. Of course, you need the help of a lawyer, and you need to draft the whole thing properly. In case you find it difficult, guys, please call me. My phone numbers are always there in the description. I've also given my email address. You will have to share your documents with me, whatever email exchanges you may have had, whatever application form you may have signed, copy of that, whatever it is that the sales staff would have told you in writing or orally. You need to basically just share all that with me, and I can help you to file a complaint of dishonest inducement. Now, this is one kind of an IPC offense. There is another IPC offense, that is another criminal offense. It is cognizable offense, where the penalties are very severe. I think jail of over 7 years. That is there is it's called wrongful restraint. Now I will explain to you what is wrongful restraint. Wrongful restraint is like this: someone who has paid, a flat owner who has paid close to 100% or more than 100% sometimes of the consideration amount of the flat. He's got a registered agreement. Needless to say, he's got a good title on his flat because he has paid 100% of the consideration amount. Okay, plus he would have paid cam charges and maintenance charges and all sorts of other things as well. So the consideration amount is complete, but Lodha and also other builders say that no, we can't give you possession of the flat. Now let me explain. The occupation certificate has come. In these cases, there is no reason for the person to not go to his own flat and occupy the flat. Okay, or in any case, if some charges are remaining, the owner has at least the right to inspect the flat. I would say once the consideration amount has been paid, the maintenance has been paid, etc., he has the right to go and occupy the flat, not just inspect the flat. But what the builder does is, the builder does not give him possession. He withholds the possession. Now why does he withhold possession? He says, oh, you got to pay this extra, you got to pay that extra, you got to sign these documents. And what are those documents? In Lodha's case, the documents are a waiver. They are they want you to sign away your rights to go to legal forums. They want you to sign and say that I will not go to consumer court, I will not go to police, I am not going to agitate any matter with any legal forum, and I'm basically accepting some small goodwill amount, 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs, some such amount from Lodha in consideration of any dissatisfaction that I may have with this flat. So this is a full and final settlement. It's say I'm taking it this goodwill amount or something as a settlement of all my all the compensations that the builder may have to give me. This kind of a document people sign. They even say in these documents that if I have filed a police complaint, or if I have filed before any forum, all those things I'll be withdrawing because I have got a full and final settlement of 5% now, or 5 lakhs or some such small, very small amount. This is a common experience of Lodha buyers. Now let me tell you what is wrong over here. When you have paid your entire consideration amount, you have become entitled for the possession of the flat without any further conditionalities being imposed on you by the builder. You don't have to accept any other conditionality. All conditions are unlawful. If the builder prevents you from going to your house, inspecting your house, which you have paid for, it is your property, you got title, you got registered agreement. Okay. If the builder prevents you from going to your flat, looking at it, inspecting it, and taking inspection of it, and taking possession of it, and if he prevents you because he wants to impose any other conditions, then that kind of prevention is called wrongful restraint. Wrongful restraint is section 339 of Indian Penal Code, IPC. Okay, wrongful restraint is a cognizable offense. Now builders commit these offenses. They don't themselves do it, they do it through their security staff, they do it through their security office when these uniformed guards say something like, sir, you cannot go because you have to get permission from office, and the office says we will not give you permission and all that, all of them are conspiring together, are acting together to commit this offense of wrongful restraint. Please note that even if it is through the sales office and through the security staff and through all these people, the offense is still the builder's offense, and builder is criminally liable for this offense. These are serious offenses, my friends. Okay, the only reason why we don't have more such we don't have too many FIRs happening is people are ignorant of their own legal rights. This is the first reason. Flat owners have an inferiority complex. Flat owners don't have the balls to go and oppose the builder. This is a big problem. The second problem is there is no legal literacy. People are thoroughly, ignorant of their rights. They are thoroughly ignorant of what the police are supposed to do for them, and they are afraid of legal processes. They are afraid of going to lawyers. Often lawyers do, mislead them on behalf of builders, etc. So yes, these are problems, but these problems can be overcome, and people should file more flat buyers, more aggrieved flat buyers should file complaints to the police and get FIRs registered. Please fight for your rights. Good night.